Hey everyone, it's Shuke. I'm a travel videographer based in Japan. Today I would like to talk about how traveling has changed my life. Probably you guys are wondering why I sit down and talk to you in front of a camera. If you expected my next video to be a travel video as usual, I'm sorry about that. But it's gonna be a special video. As you might know, these days, Japan, especially Tokyo, is encountering a very tough situation, so I'm not willing to go outside and travel. So I decided to sit down and talk a little bit about my story. So I would appreciate if you watch till the end. So first of all, although it's a little bit late to say, but thank you so much for more than 1,000 subscribers. It reached in March and currently 1.5k-ish. I'm super happy with that because it's been one of my dreams for this channel for a long time. Yeah, it finally came true. You know, it's actually so hard to grow this channel because it takes a lot of time to post a cinematic travel video with high quality, making storyboard, choosing the right music, calculating English voiceover, which is the second language. But thanks to all of your support, like comment, like, subscribe, everything has encouraged me to create video. So I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. Well, that being said, we're still in the process and I want to grow this channel more and more. So please continue to support me if you like my content. So alright, let's get right into today's topic. The topic is how traveling has changed my life. It's kind of like my self-expression. You know, I think it's always important to know about yourself and be able to tell who you are. And I want to tell you guys what kind of benefits traveling has brought to my life. Well, I guess many people cannot go outside at this moment, and some of you might need to get traveling out of your head. But through sharing a little bit about my story, I want to give you some inspirations on how to live your life. Well, this video is kind of casual talk, so please don't listen to this video like a podcast or radio while commuting, doing housework, working out, or whatever you want. Also, because of my accent or English mistakes, you might misunderstand some parts. So at that time, please get back to this video and see the English subtitles. And also if you watch this video in Japanese, please hit the CC button and check the Japanese. So without further ado, let's move on to the main subject. For those who don't know who me, let's start with a brief introduction of myself. Once again, my name is Shuke, currently 26 years old. I'm working full-time in a manufacturing company as a global sales, and it's already been 5 years since I got this job after graduating my university. Any other time, I spend almost all the time on videography. Specifically, I post travel videos on YouTube, sometimes cooperating with agencies and tourism boards, or creating a promotion video for companies as clients work. Next, I'm gonna talk about my background. I was born and raised in Fukuyama City, which is the second largest city in Hiroshima Prefecture. My parents, relatives, ancestors are all 100% Japanese. Also, the people surrounding me used to be almost all Japanese since I grew up in a typical local city and I had never been abroad until graduating from high school. However, I was somehow dreaming of speaking in English and going abroad just like an ordinary people. Then I went to the University of Kansai region, which is near Osaka and Kyoto. As a typical Japanese university student, I was putting my effort into music club activities. You know, I was actually guitar and vocal in the club. Also doing part-time jobs to make a living and studying just a little bit. But one of my dreams in my university life was traveling abroad. I invited one of my friends to go to New York. I don't know why New York, but it was like a dream place since the city shows up in many films. I thought the plan would go smoothly, but for some reason my friend talked to me and he was like, "Sorry, I won't be able to go traveling to New York." After hearing the words, you know, I was so shocked and didn't know what to do since I couldn't find any other friend that can go with me. However, I didn't want to give up my dream, so I decided to go to New York alone. It was such a hard decision because without any experience, I needed to get a flight ticket, take a hotel, and make a plan. Well, luckily thanks to the internet, I could search for everything by myself. You know, this challenge was the beginning of changing my life. The experience in New York was actually bro-minding. I felt everything was different from Japan. Firstly, I was naturally impressed with the left-hander car in the States. Also, people were dancing or playing a guitar at the subway station. As you know, New York is melting pot, So various people from all over the world were walking or hanging out on the street. Everything was so unique to me. I realized how tiny the world I lived in is, and strongly felt that I want to explore outside more. But more importantly, I was really disappointed with lack of my English ability. Since I thought that Japan is a very famous country in terms of food, anime, and culture, and also I was traveling by myself, I expected some people to talk to me curiously, but almost nobody didn't. Now I think that's natural because 1. For non-Asian people in general, it isn't easy to recognize me as Japanese. 2. I have never tried to talk to someone with lack of confidence to speak in English. Only once a guy from somewhere in the Middle East talked to me in a hostel, but I wasn't able to express what I want to say. In the end, the conversation was only within like 2 minutes. Also, I was even afraid of buying things at shops because of lack of English ability. Overall, those experiences were so great, and I was really encouraged to learn English. So I decided to study English in the Philippines. As you might know, many Japanese people or Asian people go to the Philippines to learn English. There are specific reasons. 1. It's affordable compared to other English-speaking countries like the US or UK. 2. They basically offer man-to-man class, so it's focused on speaking. 3. People are so outgoing and chill that you can enjoy learning English. Thanks to my excellent teachers, I became known for the fun of studying English. Also, the country offers beautiful beaches and unique activities like swimming with whale sharks. It was super exciting. Definitely for me, the Philippines is one of the most favorite countries in the world. Through these experiences of a short trip to New York and studying English in the Philippines, I became so serious about learning English and exploring more. I was so curious about how beautiful sceneries and amazing people were waiting for me. Of course, my English was still not enough even after I finished the program in the Philippines. I went to study for a month, but English isn't that easy to master only in a short term. Then after coming back to Japan, I quit hanging out with my Japanese friends and put almost all my time into learning English, like watching American TV shows on Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and YouTube videos in English, and taking an online class every day. Then I keep saving money with part-time job. I think I was working midnight shift at karaoke and traveling. That was my passion at that time. I couldn't think of anything other than that. Taking advantage of an extended vacation from university, I went around the west coast of the United States, Los Angeles, San Diego, Las Vegas, San Francisco. Other than that, Thailand, Hong Kong, Australia, a lot of countries. Also, I was going through an overland tour in Africa, specifically South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. For a month, I traveled with other travelers from all over the world while moving on track and camping with them almost every night. Also, I was going through a lot of budget trips as a backpacker, such as going across 6 countries of Southeast Asia, going across Latin America, from Mexico to Brazil. Also in the process, I was doing an internship at a tech company in India for a month, and studied Spanish in Guatemala for a month as well. After all, I realized that I stepped into all the continents while I had experienced and run a lot of things through the journey. But just one video cannot talk about all the interesting stories, so I'll talk about it in the future. And luckily, all the experiences and proactiveness were valued, and I became a global sales of a big company I'm currently working at. After starting working full-time, I have still traveled to many places like Mongolia, Israel, Kazakhstan. At that time, travel video has been becoming very popular on YouTube, so I was really inspired by them and bought my DSLR, Lumix G8, and tried to create a travel video in the process and posted it to social media. Then a lot of my friends were like, wow, how did you do that? It's so great to see you travel in a video. I was so happy to hear all these kinds of feedback. It was so hard to travel abroad many times in a year because I'm working full-time, so I decided to travel many places in Japan to practice creating a travel video. Then I finally found the splendors of Japan.
Yeah, I've never felt this homesick, and I'm trying not to show it, but I've never felt this homesick, I can't take anymore. Yeah, I've never felt this homesick, homesick, homesick. I've never felt this homesick, I can't take anymore. Yeah, I've never felt this homesick, homesick, homesick. I've never felt this homesick, I can't.
The beauty, food, history, cleanliness, politeness, and culture. I was so impressed with all these things that Japan has to offer and realized how great the country where I was born and raised is. As you know, I was used to be more oriented overseas. Still, through travel experiences in Japan, I thought I wanted to tell people how amazing this country is. And more importantly, I wanted to know more deeply about my home country through traveling. Then I started this YouTube channel to encourage people to touch lesser known places, culture, food, and everything in Japan. Let's see again what happened in my life through traveling. My English was improved from almost zero, having many friends worldwide, expanding my horizons, getting a global job, finding a passion like videography. You know, traveling has completely changed my life in a good way. Lastly, there's something I want to tell you. I think that the majority of people like doesn't necessarily mean that you like those things as well. Travel has changed my life, but it doesn't always change your life because people's perspectives are different. But what about you have your passion? You can enjoy your life so much more. These days, it's so easy to get information. Until I started, I didn't have any friends who have experience of traveling worldwide, studying abroad, especially in the Philippines, and also filmmaking. I got almost all information I needed, you know, through the internet. Everyone has a chance as long as you have a connection to the internet. Your life is yours. You should be the one deciding what you like to do with your own time because your life is not based on other people's opinion and perspectives. Find your passion, believe in yourself, and keep doing it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please hit the like button and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done yet. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.